Join me in this video as I talk about practical tips I have applied in my academic routine to avoid burnout and stay on top of my game. Hi guys, welcome to Growth Algorithm, the channel where we level up in every aspect of life. In today's video, we will be talking about how to avoid academic burnout and stay on top of your game. So before I start the video, I would like to talk about a bit of a backstory about me and my academic journey. I was never a student who got distinctions. I was never an A student. I was never a student who did extremely well. I was probably an okay student, but before I then started looking at, okay, I need to improve, I need to get better, I need to at least get to a point where I'm getting distinctions so that I can at least qualify for bursaries. So I did these tips that I'm telling you right now. I applied them and they worked for me, and I am now a bulletproof student. I'm telling you guys, you do not lose anything from just applying these tips that I'm going to give you every day from now onwards. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be so how can I put it? You don't have to do it perfectly, but you just have to try. So let me get into the first tip. So tip number one was I started to plan better. I started looking at my schedule, my daily schedule from morning till night. So I used to go over everything. I used to check my schedule in the morning. I used to check what I'm going to do during the day, what chores I had, anything that I had to do, I would plan. So I had a planner, and basically then I would then start to put aside work time for schoolwork, time for chores, time for relaxation, time for working out, whatever that it is that I was going to do at that point in time. And then second tip was applying the Pomodoro technique. So if you don't know what the Pomodoro technique is, the technique where you study focused for 25 minutes and then you rest for 5 minutes. So a lot of people don't know that the Pomodoro technique works. And I can testify that. I can attest to the fact that it works. It works brilliantly, especially if you're someone who loses focus for some certain time. If you're the type of person that goes through your daily routine and then you start studying, you sit for a second and then you're like, okay, I don't want to study anymore. So how I would do it is I would spend 25 minutes focused, learning whatever I'm learning, doing a past paper, doing questions. It really helps to do something practical, constructive, especially in that subject matter. Don't use the Pomodoro technique if you're reading the textbook, because it's going to be a waste. You're going to come back and you're not going to know anything. Use a Pomodoro technique when you are doing a practical a paper, questions, whatever. As long as it's something that is keeping you busy, keeping your mind working, and then take a break for 25 minutes, maybe a walking break. Maybe you can go and make yourself tea or dance outside, whatever. But make sure you don't lose focus. Number one, the most important thing is that you do not go and distract yourself with social media, with the TV, with what. You just take a break and you allow your mind to just digest everything that you've learned. And it works because, first of all, it helps you focus when you come back. Second of all, it helps you focus whilst you're busy with the work, because the only way you can ever ingest or learn anything is if you are focused at that point in time. Okay, tip number 3 was keeping myself accountable. Now, a lot of people, accountability looks different for a lot of us. Some people say, if I'm accountable if I'm able to wake up at a certain time. I'm accountable if I'm able to meet a certain deadline. So for me, I know that if at the end of the day I haven't gone through my notes, I haven't checked my slides, I haven't gone over what I'm going to do tomorrow, then I wasn't accountable. I didn't wake up on time, I didn't do things on time, then I know I was not accountable. So for you, I want you to define how accountability was going to look for you. Because if you keep yourself accountable, and especially in a standard that you know, okay, I can keep this, I know I can do this, you start to trust yourself. You start to understand that, okay, as time goes by, I can then start to add more pressure. I can then start to add more responsibilities, more discipline into my routine. Then you can then start to say, maybe since I'm able to study every day for 15 minutes, why not add 30 minutes? Why not add an hour after 30 minutes? Why not add 2 subjects a day? Why not add 3 subjects? Because then it allows you to know that you are accountable. And when you are accountable, you trust yourself. The reason why most of us go through burnouts is because we don't trust ourselves. We go through this mode where we put ourselves in pressure. And when we know that we are relaxed, and there's nothing going on, there's no studying, there's no exams, there's no what, we are relaxed. We don't do anything. We don't work at our goals. We don't do something every day. That is what is going to really set you apart from others. If you learn to do things ahead of time, number one, and if you learn to be accountable. Getting into my 5th tip, which is learning to work early and on time. So how does that look? It looks like you look at your year, right? The full academic year is maybe semester 1, semester 2 divided, or if you're in high school, it's term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, right? Now we know that you are not going to learn everything in term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4 in 1 week or in 1 month. You are going to learn everything that from term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, or semester 1 and semester 2. You're going to learn it daily. So now you're going to start working in a timeous manner. You're going to also start working in a manner where you want to be ahead of everyone. You want to be ahead. So your objective as a student from this point going forward is to be ahead. I don't care who you are ahead of, if you're ahead of the teacher, ahead of your friend, I don't care. As long as you are ahead of the syllabus, as long as you know that, okay, I've given myself extra time to learn this. I've given myself more time to learn this, to put it into consume it. That's what a lot of academically strong people do. They spend time in the beginning of the year going over their schedule, going over their program, going over their textbooks, going over past papers. They do it all earlier so that when it's time to actually prepare and write the exam, maybe 3 weeks, they can just chill and look over questions just by being like, at some point in time, you'll be sitting with the paper and answering yourself out loud because you know everything. And there you have it, guys. These are the strategies that turned me from an average student into a bulletproof academic warrior. Burnout is real, but it doesn't have to be your reality. Remember, success isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Small daily efforts will take you further than last-minute panic ever will. So take charge of your studies, prioritize yourself, and most importantly, believe in your ability to grow. You've got this. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, which tip you're going to try first, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you level up in life. Until next time, keep pushing,
Keep learning, keep growing.